All right, welcome back to video 3. My name's Jesse Reagan. I help people like yourself start earning 5-6 figures from home as fast as possible. I am super excited to have you here. I hope you've enjoyed the first 2 videos, especially the last one that my business partner Kevin did, where he went over the biggest pros and cons to working in the internet marketing industry as a whole, what worked a long time ago and what works today, because a lot is always changing. I mean, things are constantly changing and you have to be basically on the ball and really know what it takes to move forward. Now, what I want to get into is the biggest advantages and disadvantages to niche marketing. So that's basically building outside of the internet marketing niche, every other niche out there. So I know it's might be a little confusing, but really what I'm saying is there's tons of opportunity out there for unlimited niches. So that's the dog's niche, that's baby's niche, that's any niche you can think of, underwater BB stacking or whatever. I mean, there's so much opportunity out there, but really what it comes down to first is doing the research, finding the right products, so you can actually first become a list builder in that niche, and then start becoming profitable with having the ability to promote other people's products. So there's a huge opportunity there, and it's actually not that hard to get started in it. It's not that hard to start seeing some real profits, but you need to know what to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get into some mind maps, and I'm going to show you kind of a broad overview of what it takes. I think you're going to get a really strong idea if this is for you or not, and then we'll go forward from there. So let's transition over to the mind maps, and then we'll learn a lot more about building in other niches. All right, thanks guys.
Okay, here we are, and we are going to start getting into the specifics of how to start building in other niches. I'm just calling it niche marketing for now, but really what it means is anything outside of the internet marketing niche. So as you remember before in the previous video, my business partner Kevin Fahey, he went over just the ins and outs of the internet marketing industry, or the internet marketing niche rather, and maybe some reasons why you would want to build in there, and then basically some hangups. And that's kind of what I'm going to get into here with niche marketing. So let's just dive right into it and figure out how you can actually start building in any niche you want, and how you can start making profits from that. Because one of the biggest things people, I think, get scared of when they're starting out in niche marketing is that they don't know where to get traffic, they don't know how to monetize correctly, as opposed to like the internet marketing industry, where a lot of people can go through and get, you can get traffic really fast, and there's some really obvious ways that you can make money. So here, let's dive right into it. We'll go over here first, and we're just going to talk about the research. So the research basically means that, when you're building that niche, you want to make sure that you're just not randomly picking some niche to start building in. Like, you actually have to be able to see that there will be some profits there. Now, the way, a great way rather, to figure out if something's going to be profitable, and what is going into what I call the 3 P's: pain, passion, and profit. You may or may not have heard this before, but if you can go through and if you can solve someone's pain or have them relate to your pain, you'll have a huge market there. So if there's something that they need fixed, that is generally in marketing, from a marketing aspect, people will do more to fix their own pain than they will to see some benefit. So, if they're coming through, and an example would be is if you had acne. People that have acne oftentimes will do whatever it takes to cure themselves or to clear their face up or whatever from acne. That's a pain niche. People that want something solved. If you had some type of debilitating arthritis, or if you were with someone who, for example, huge niches to people that are trying to get their girlfriend or boyfriend back. They're in a pain. they just went through a long relationship and they want to get their boyfriend or girlfriend back. They broke up and things aren't working out the way they wanted, and it's extremely stressful, and they want to, find a way, some secret way or some method to actually start getting the back. Like that's a huge pain for people. In a way, like the people that are out there single and they're looking and stuff. I don't necessarily mean it's a pain, but loneliness can be a pain, and that's something that people, they get motivated. I don't want to be alone anymore. I want to go find someone. So if that's a real example. So generally speaking, it's just people that are looking for a cure, a way to fix their problem. Pain and problem could be, you could throw that in as another P. But so another thing that we could look for when doing the research is passion. Something people are really passionate about. Now, one that's used and abused, and a lot of people use this as an example, but is the dog's niche. People absolutely, adore dogs. The dog's niche is absolutely colossal. Now, the biggest disadvantage to that is, okay, so yeah, you can go through and start building in the dog's niche, but it generally is too broad. There's just, when you have something that says, I love dogs, well, there's 10,000 breeds of dogs. So that's where you'd want to go into more of a sub-niche of that. And I've seen a few people make that mistake and kind of go a little too broad sometimes. So like building in something of, I love German Shepherds, or, I love this specific breed of dog. Because there's passionate people all over the world for every type of breed of dog. Now that's just a certain example. Other passions are things like sports and, just people in general that love something. I mean, there's people that love to do carpentry. There's people that love to do hunting, fishing. I mean, anything. Those are the niches. And the more specific you can be about that, like I love bass fishing. And, the more targeted you are with that niche while still getting a lot of, searches or people looking for it, which we'll get into that here, the better off you'll be. So, I mean, that's an example of something that's passionate. So again, the pain is something you're trying to take away, which is like huge. If you can find something in a good niche that's taking away pain, you will definitely see some results from that. Now, passion is something that people just absolutely love. Now, we'll carry on here and we'll kind of show a good way to do research is actually starting with the end in mind. So it's, how can I make profit from this? Now, we're going to get into that more in a little bit here, but are there ways that I can generate income and monetize from this niche? And I'll show you how to get into it, but that's something that you have to keep in mind at the beginning, because ultimately you're here to make money. That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to find a way to start earning money online, and you need to find out, this isn't just about, I'm building this niche for fun. I mean, yeah, you can like it or whatever, but it's not about what you like. It's about what the research shows actually will make you money. So that's a huge deal right there, folks. And something you have to keep in mind is there has to be some big profits at the end of this. And that's everything we do. That's what it's all based upon. Okay, so let's get into the research aspect of it when we figure out these things, and if they all correlate to, hey, there's definitely something there. Let's do some, the actual research into that niche to see if will be relevant for you and something that you actually want to move forward with and spend your time with. So what we're going to figure out here is just basically what type of search volume it gets, and then just to kind of see if it's worth pursuing. So the first thing you're going to want to do when you're like doing any type of research, I mean, it's a pretty universal tool that a lot of people use. It's the Google keyword tool. Just going through, now what I always suggest is going through and picking out your niche and then typing in your keywords. So you're going to find out many different keywords that you'll want to you'll want to use and target possibly later. It's something that you'll just be able to get a lot of good relevant information. And something you generally want to, I'd say a benchmark is when you're doing research with these other niches, you want to get something that's around 100,000 global searches a month. So something that's getting some high search volume. Obviously, the higher the better. So there's two things that you want. You want something that gets a lot of searches and something that has lower competition. That's, fairly well known, but some people don't realize that. But and again, Google isn't the end all be all, because oftentimes we won't even use Google for the traffic aspect, but it's a great way to do research. So something that's, like I said, 100,000 searches or so, you're going to see other keywords and things like that that will be relevant for you to target, give you other ideas too for other niches possibly. But with the Google keyword tool, the best part about it is just kind of seeing like, hey, people are actually searching for this a lot, like how to clear my face up, or how to fix my acne problem, or like images of dogs, stuff like that, or images of German shepherds. Those are things people search for. When you look at that and say, wow, there's actually a huge search volume for this, and the competition isn't really as tight as I expected. That's when you start seeing that and you're like, there's an opportunity here to really make some serious money. So that's where the Google keyword tool really comes into place, and it's something I hope you kind of see why it would be used. Now the next would be Facebook groups, Facebook pages. Going on there and seeing like, okay, is there a lot of Facebook groups for this? That actually can be a really good thing if there are. And are there Facebook, groups? Now the groups are different from the pages. Groups are people that are like invited or they join. It's a little bit more personal. Those are people that are really passionate about it. And there are ways actually within Facebook, which we can get to later, that you can target specifically people into those groups, that are in those groups rather. Now, things like the other Facebook pages, stuff like that. I mean, competition isn't necessarily a bad thing. It actually can be a really good thing, because you can see that there's opportunity there, and that people are really doing it. They're really trying to capitalize on that niche. A lot of times what I'll see is I'll go into certain niches and I'll see other people completely doing it wrong, know that I can come in and do it a lot better and make a lot more money than they are. So when you're going through on these, seeing kind of what niche you want to get into, that's a phenomenal way. I mean, are people liking those pages? Are they commenting on those pages? Are they interacting on those pages? If they are, that's a really good sign that they're people that are really passionate. And how are those other pages? How are the groups and stuff? How are they, what type of content are they posting? What are they showing? That's like phenomenal ways to do research, and something that's vital to knowing if this is an actual aspect, because I'll kind of jump ahead a little bit and say that Facebook is going to be a huge way for us to niche build, like a huge way with dirt cheap clicks. So that's something that is like extremely important for your research aspect, is looking at how they're using the page, what type of interaction they're getting, how often are they posting their content, stuff like that. That's extremely important. Another way to find out, just like, and this particularly is like for the pains, the people that have problems and stuff, they ask questions. So if you go through and click on the Yahoo Answers, there is tons of people asking questions. What's a common question being asked? Go on there and say, this is being asked a lot and there's not a lot of answers. Now here, I'll give you a little tip here. Write this down. Here's a phenomenal way to get traffic to your site. If you see somebody asking a question that's common on there, why not say, whatever their question is, saying, hey, I've got really severe acne. Any places I can go to learn more about how to clear my face up? Well, why couldn't you say, yeah, I happen to have a page or a site that talks about clearing up acne. Put it right on there. Do you know how much traffic those Yahoo Answers get? I mean, every one of us has at least looked at one of them. And they're always in the top of Google for the the search engine results. What a phenomenal way to get some traffic to your page for easy. And what a great way to do research. So that's a really huge tip, guys. So don't forget that. But yeah, go to Yahoo Answers. I mean, there's people on there every day asking questions. And if you kind of look at the questions that are being asked and see kind of how often they're being asked and how similar are they, then you'll know like there's humongous opportunity here for me to monetize that niche. Another actually really great way to do research is with Google Trends. A lot of people don't use this, and I don't know why, because literally it just shows the biggest trending things that are coming out that day, that are being searched for, rather. So, I mean, what a phenomenal way to learn what's going on and how to monetize from that, because there are celebrities and big events and stuff like that. I mean, you can look ahead kind of and predict what's going to trend and whatever, but there are just really killer research right at the tip of your fingers. And the sad part is a lot of people, when they're niche building, whatever, they're not doing this research. They're not looking at the trends. They're not using the keyword tools. They're not looking at other Facebook pages or using Yahoo Answers. And they don't really understand, that you have to, nothing is a perfect science in this. But if you do your research correctly and you calculate enough risk in that's involved with that, and know that in the end you can build that list, you can start making money from it, start eventually hopefully will get your own products out, become an authority figure in that niche. There's always possibilities there, but you have to do the research first. This is like the groundwork for everything. By far the most important aspect of doing niche marketing is the research. So, and then the other one is the how pages. I mean, people constantly ask questions. It's kind of like the Yahoo Answers. Going on there, I highly recommend going on there. I mean, there's some really awesome information in the first place, but you can learn so much about what people are looking for, just ways that they're trying to find answers to their problems. So guys, again, I can't stress enough how important this aspect is, the research. Finding what people's pains are, finding out what their passions are, and then seeing how you can eventually make profit from that by providing relevant content, real information, and being a true provider to them. Ultimately, are a lot of people searching for these things? Are they looking for it? And ways like the Google keyword tool, Facebook, Yahoo, Google Trends, and eHow are just examples of how you would actually go through and see what type of search volume that they're getting. So I hope you're really seeing the bigger picture with that. Now the next thing we're going to get over to from the niche marketing aspect of this is traffic. And really what I want to get into here, because I want to keep this simple, because there's obviously tons of ways that you can get traffic, but there's also a lot of ways that you can waste your money. I mean, like flush money down the toilet faster than you could ever imagine. There are some websites out there, some paid traffic websites that would love to gobble up hundreds of your dollars in minutes. And trust me, it's happened to me. So it's a real deal. It definitely can, if you don't know what you're doing and you don't do this correctly, you can just lose your butt big time on with your money, and it'll frustrate you beyond belief. So what I really teach and what we go over in this with niche marketing is that the easiest way is just literally building a Facebook page first. Now, a lot of people are building or selling their next Facebook course or whatever, but the reason that you see a lot of that out there is because it does work. This is a proven system, but there's a lot of ways to do it wrong, and there's a lot of crappy rehashed information out there. I mean, Facebook is the biggest website in the world. As far as the social aspect, there's nothing bigger. Basically, everyone is on Facebook that's on the internet. So it's a phenomenal way to really get, traffic, and you can target that traffic down to as specific as you want. There are tons of keywords inside of Facebook, and, there's ways you can do the things like I had mentioned before with the Google keyword tool and stuff, where you can really target down to those sub niches and find out how you can really specifically promote for these pages. So let's get into this here and kind of go into what we're trying to accomplish by creating a Facebook page. Now, making a Facebook page is really simple. I mean, you can figure that out very easily how to do that. So when you're starting out, you want to kind of promote your pages. Now, what I found the easiest way to do this is actually just focusing on getting likes, because really the best way to start getting more subscribers to you, or people that actually want to become a fan of whatever it is. So say we'll go back to that acne niche or whatever. You have a page that just says, I hate acne or whatever like that. Something as an example. And there are a lot of people that will have that will be motivated. Now I'd probably be targeting some younger folks or whatever. I mean, you can do research and find out, or I hate adult acne. That would be a sub niche. And there's people that have acne that would be, gravitating towards that page because, hey, they want to relate with other people that have acne or whatever. I hate my diabetes, or, I love my German Shepherd, stuff like that. And you would find out what keywords to target through your keyword research. So what we're doing here is we're actually generating penny likes. So these are likes that are people go through and they give the page the thumbs up. Now, what that means then is that they will they like this content and they want to get more information from it, and they want to see the posts that are on there. In a nutshell, the way you want to target for these people is you get your keywords in there and you kind of make it broad. You want to have roughly targeting 1 million people or so. And you can get, the United States, Canada, the top countries, UK, Australia, New Zealand, Ireland. But set your budget at about $5 to $10 a day, no more. Make sure it's optimized for likes. And you can see that it's optimized for likes. And then you can actually go through and test out a few different pictures in there. There's some ways you can put like a blue or a red border around a picture. A tip is faces always generally do better. Something that's looking at the screen, you can see the eyes. Those are the things that you want to do when you're building that page. Now, this could be for, basically any niche. You want it to be a little bit more, have some good amount of people in there, but make sure it's always targeted for that niche. Always targeted, and then you're going to get penny likes. Like right away, it's going to eat up your budget a little bit, because they want to see what type of click-through rate you're getting, or what type of how many clicks you're going to get per impression, per 1,000 impressions, because that's what it's based on. How many times that ad's shown and how many times people are actually clicking on it. That's the more people click on your ad as it's being shown, actually the cheaper the likes will be. So that's kind of, and that's where you learn through split testing and trying different pictures out and stuff like that, how many clicks you can get. But by setting it at a lower budget, Facebook actually optimizes it so it's spread out throughout the day, so that your ad's not going to be frequently shown to the same person over and over again. It's actually going to be spaced out quite a bit, which ironically increases your chances of getting more clicks. So the point being is here that you don't need to spend a ton of money to get Facebook penny likes. You don't need to throw a lot of money at advertising to test it out. That's the great part about this, folks. You don't have to have $500 budgets a day to make some really good money on Facebook, but you need to know kind of how to set it up correctly. And that's as a if you were just to get some core training from all of this, is that realizing setting your budget lower is very important, and then optimizing it for likes. Now, there's really two things that not two things, but there's a kind of ways we can look at it. We're trying to get more likes, and ultimately we'd love to get some opt-ins as well. Now, there's an application called WooBox, which is free, woobox.com, really great website. It creates what's called an iframe within your Facebook page, and you can put any type of website you want in there. So what you'd want to do is create a squeeze page in there, and then you would put that inside the iframe of WooBox, and then when people click on there, they're actually not leaving Facebook. They'll see that page. And the theory behind all this, and from the testing that we've done, we've found that you actually will get more traffic to that page by using it. But this is all stuff that's worth testing, but this is something that should be well known, is that you need to ultimately try to find a way to create more opt-ins for yourself and build in the niche that you're getting these likes, but you also want opt-ins, because an opt-in is worth more than a like. And then a conversion obviously is worth more than an opt-in. So that's where you're, a promising way to target is by getting opt-ins continually. Now there's ways to do that, and one of the main ways you're going to want to do that is with viral content. Ultimately, when you're posting on your Facebook page, you want to create, I would suggest posting probably every 3 to 4 hours some type of content. If that's a picture, a YouTube video, or just linking to any other story that's really relevant to that particular niche. Because when they see that and they're thinking, this is great. I love reading this stuff. This is really awesome. If it helps them, they'll want to come back and keep checking out your Facebook page and keep liking it, and then share it with others, because really that's what you'd love for them to do, is start sharing the page, commenting on it. Interaction is awesome. That's truly what you want. More interactive, the better. Because what that means is that people are really enjoying the page. They really enjoy seeing this stuff, and they want more. So that's and a kind of a tip here is, while you're posting these things, like if you find some really good pictures or YouTube videos or stories, you could have a link from your WooBox right at the top saying, here, if you want more information or you want this for free or whatever, go here and opt in. So if someone comes along and they actually opt in, or they see these things and they think, I want to opt in, I want to learn more. The more viral it becomes, the more people that will opt in for that. So I hope you're kind of seeing that big picture for all this, that it doesn't take a lot of money to start really generating more likes. It doesn't take a lot of money to start getting more opt-ins. This can all work if you have just the broader picture of it. It's like paid traffic doesn't have to be extremely expensive, and it can make you a lot of money, but you definitely need to know what you're doing, or you will seriously have a huge dent in your pocketbook. So that's the broad overview of the Facebook traffic, because that's really the main thing that we're teaching right away, is just going over and showing you that Facebook traffic is just colossally huge and such an important aspect for that. Okay, so next, as we move over, really what we're trying to do is monetize this. We're trying to find a way to make the most money we can while still providing a massive amount of value. I know it seems obvious, but you always have to remember that ultimately that's what we're trying to do, is we're trying to monetize the niche. And yes, you always want to provide value, and that's how ultimately that's what you're going to do, is provide value and monetize it. But don't we're not doing this as a hobby. This is going to be a full-time income. This stuff works extremely well if done correctly. So let's dive right into it and kind of show the ways that it can be monetized. So a lot of people, what they'll do is, say you're building that Facebook page and you're providing that viral content that's on there. You have really awesome pictures, you have good stories, you could provide some good YouTube videos, and you'll post stuff, and as you're getting more and more likes, people like it, comment on it, sharing it. People will actually provide, and this is really a neat tip here. They'll go to CPA networks, places like Peerfly or Max Bounty or the Cash Network. There are tons of offers out there, like free offers. So like, put your name and email in here for this or that or whatever. And sometimes it's not even for the same type of niche. It could be a general, like get a loan or whatever. And for every email submit or whatever, you'll get paid $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7, $10. It's ridiculous. I know people in building in general, some niches on Facebook pages, stuff like that. Well, they'll promote CPA offers and make a killing, make an absolute killing. And all they're doing is posting these pictures, stories, whatever content, and then putting the link right above it, saying, hey, click here to get this or that. And, Facebook, the traffic from there will be, after a while, when you start getting thousands and thousands of likes, it's almost a guarantee that you're going to have people filling these things out, doing it the right way, and be able to make a lot of money from it. I mean, it is seriously insane. Once you actually get these likes, it's just almost like it's not as good as building a huge list, but once you get a lot of these likes and you create this content in there that gets posted, every 3 or 4 hours, people, there's a virality to that. There's people that will actually go through and create pages and have the content and then promote CPA offers and free offers. And it's seriously ridiculous how much money is made. I mean, it's insane. And hey, it's really an easy way to make a lot of money fast, because keep in mind, the traffic that you're paying for is $5 to $10 a day. So sometimes I know people that will spend $1 and make $10 just from some of the Facebook traffic. So obviously it's insanely huge. Another way to do it is just through affiliate products, and that can be either digital products, so like places like ClickBank, places that offer commission junction, things like that. JV Zoo. I mean, it depends on your products. Now, those are some internet marketing, but ClickBank actually has a lot. It's not just the work from home BizOp type niche. There are a ton of products on ClickBank that you could go through and promote to certain offers. I mean, there's tons of dating products. I know there's probably basically anything you could think of that could be written as an ebook or whatever is on ClickBank. They're a ridiculously big company. So that's a way, same thing, the viral content, stuff like that, posting it on there. It's just by nature, people will share those pictures and like it and comment on it, and then they're going to click on the links. You're not going to see as many, people clicking on the links as you will commenting on the pictures and stuff like that. But there also are ways inside of Facebook through promoting posts inside there, or just finding ways to get more traffic, that you can get exposure for all the members on there in their news feeds. And it's almost an insanely guaranteed way to get a massive amount of traffic to these offers. It's seriously ridiculous. Same thing with Amazon. I know people, and like even Kevin, for example, he had built in the dogs niche, and he created some Amazon pages and he sold some Amazon products on there for those dogs. That happens all the time. There are literally unlimited amounts of physical products that are out there. So if you're in the hunting niche or the fishing niche or whatever, I mean, you don't think that there's opportunity there to create some ridiculously profitable campaigns with Amazon? Because there are. I mean, I have a friend who's in the guns niche, Second Amendment niche, and people that are really passionate. I mean, those people are so passionate about the Second Amendment, about keeping their gun rights and all that. And what he does is he'll promote Amazon products all day, and he makes anywhere from $200 to $500 a day selling Amazon products. So that's, just scratching the surface of what you can do there as ways to monetize. Another way in which something that you should always be doing, and it kind of all correlate together, but not only getting the likes, but as I had stated before, building the list. Super important, because what you can do with the list later is you can follow up with them with a lot of the same stuff. CPA offers, affiliate products, digital or Amazon. I mean, there's just so many ways that a guy can, monetize once you have that list. But it's really important that you're not only getting the likes, but also building that list. Another really important aspect of this is a guy could make, and I know people that do make a killing. One person I know in the gluten-free niche, he has AdSense. What he does, and we do this also for our vegan niche, and we learned this from him actually, but sending to the recipes. So we send people free recipes, and then what we have is AdSense on there. There are, I would say right now for him, he's probably pulling in around $8,000 a month, just from AdSense income. Ridiculous. And that's, I mean, just AdSense income, because he's got so many likes, and he's actually got a really huge list too from doing that. So AdSense income can be a massive way to make really good money. I mean, a lot of people don't even talk about AdSense anymore, but it works. Now, here's another aspect that many people don't even think about. But by contacting other product owners, other authority sites in your niche that you've decided to build in, you can really build a huge reputation and really actually make some serious cash. Like my friend who's in the guns niche, he actually contacted some other gun sites. Some of them have like clubs, gun clubs and stuff that are really expensive to get in, like $1,000. But they're really awesome. A lot of the gun owners love these clubs. So what he worked out with the owner of this gun club is that they do some webinars and they do some promoting. And when people join, so say if they join for $1,000, he'll get $200 or $300 for every person that signs up. It's seriously insane. The webinars are awesome. It works really well. I mean, ridiculously well. So that's just like one of the aspects, like contacting other product owners, other people that are passionate in that niche, and seeing if you can kind of work together. Same deal when you're contacting them, is seeing if they have coaching or consulting. I mean, I know for us in the vegan niche, we have some people that we work with that are vegan chefs, people that do consulting, do coaching, stuff like that. I mean, super big opportunity there. I mean, as you know, everyone's talking about being a coach or a consultant, but the reason is it's so profitable. It's ridiculous if you do it correctly. So this is kind of just more of a broader overview of the monetization of your niche market as you move forward. There's more ways to make money from doing that, but these are the kind of bigger aspects of it. So, you know, finally, as we move up here, ultimately what you're wanting to do is you're wanting to become an authority in your niche. You want to be someone that's, when people think of this, they think of you. And they associate you with that in a positive way. So you want to get industry respect. You want to be someone that's turned to as a figurehead, as someone, I mean, this is the ultimate goal. Now, granted, as we're building forward, we're building to, you know, build this list. We're doing the research, we're building a list, and then we're profiting from that with many different ways like we went down before. But when you become that authority figure in there and you start doing those product launches, even small product launches, there's such easy ways to go out there and get simple $7 to $17 products that people will love. And then you'll start having that reputation as someone that can be turned to for respect. And then what happens is you start stacking these things and do little ones here and there and start building momentum. You start actually creating like just get this huge business for yourself. It's just with small baby steps. You start joint venturing with others. You start developing lists. You start promoting other people's products in those niches. Competition is a good thing because those people are actually your friends. You create joint ventures. You become what's known as a market leader. And now this is the ultimate goal. This is ultimately where you want to end up. And guys, it happens all the time. It happens every day. And it starts from where we talked about at the beginning. It starts with the research and then getting the traffic and then finding out how to monetize it correctly and then becoming the authority figure. I hope you really see the broader picture for all this, folks. I hope you can see the potential here. I'm going to leave a download for this below the video for this mind map. We might even throw in a little surprise too. So just make sure you download this and please comment below here. We would love to hear more from you. We'd love to learn more, ask any questions you want. More feedback, the better. Like this page, share it. We really hope that you're seeing the value in all this in the bigger picture. And we got another video coming up, folks. So looking forward to seeing you, in the next video. And we'll talk to you very soon.